everyone, it's Lisa Valentine from Zen Garden. Thanks for coming out with us tonight to do our miniature Zen Garden. We're lucky enough to have a beautiful day with the sun starting to set, so it's a perfect opportunity to do this outside. I also want to thank the Liverpool Library for giving us this opportunity to talk to you and to do this project. So what we're working on today is a miniature Zen Garden. So a Zen Garden is meant to be an opportunity for mindfulness and meditation, hopefully help with our stress levels, get us through the end of this pandemic and hopefully well into spring. So it's a simple project, won't take long to do, but it'll be something that you can work on through time and play with here and there. So it's not a static project, something that will hopefully keep us busy for time to come. I did want to show off a little bit. We grew some of our geraniums. These are geraniums I had last summer at home, and I love them so much, and I didn't want to just have to throw them out or compost them at the end of the season. So I took some cuttings. We have a whole, that's all Henry. We have a whole bunch of these growing from cuttings. They're getting nice and big and starting to flower. So we continue to take cuttings, and we'll hopefully have some to sell. No question, some are going home with me to grow in my garden again this year. But these have unusual foliage and beautiful flowers that go with them. This one actually has like salmon colored flowers. And of course you can see the orange here with like burgundy leaves. So anyway, just to show off, that's all, and to show you a little bit of summer ahead of time. Give us a little color and beautiful spring fever as it's coming around. So pull up your oolong tea. This is actually some Irish breakfast, but I've really been enjoying the oolong tea at night with my cookies. So grab your cup of tea or whatever beverage you think you'd like to enjoy. We're all adults and we're all at home, so drink whatever you like. So it's a pretty simple project. We have a bag of potting mix. And I just wanted to show, this is a pot with drainage. Your pot's a little bit different, but it's very similar size and has a drainage hole, which is important. So you may need to find some kind of a saucer to put underneath it to catch the water. We're using a succulent, which we don't happen to have right here, but I did build another garden that I will borrow the succulent from. So what we're using, this is an echeveria. This echeveria doesn't require as much water as a lot of other plants do, but it still will need to be watered. And this is a really nice plant. It's got some babies coming out of the side, so echeveria tend to push out new plantlets towards the bottom, and eventually those can be removed, cut off, and rerooted and start new plants from those. So echeveria is a really fun plant. And what I'd like to do is plant this off to one side so that I have lots of space to work with. You want to fill your soil up as much as possible. And my echeveria is planted. So I think this is going to give us a really beautiful yin and yang to the project. Then I have some sheet moss. You could use this wet. It's a little bit easier to work with if you moisten it with a little warm water, but if you don't want to, and I don't feel like I have to, you can just use it dry and pull it apart. This is preserved sheet moss, so it's not really alive anymore, but it's definitely natural. And what I'm doing is tucking this around my echeveria and having it, now again, this is your kit, so you can do whatever you want with this. This is just my vision. So I've just tucked the moss kind of around the succulent. Then I have my bag of sand. And the sand is a pretty important part of this from a design perspective. It's not really important for any other reason. It's not there for drainage, it's not there for fertilizing or anything like that. It's really a design perspective. And unfortunately, you might be having as much trouble as I am with the baggie. I figured it out. So, sprinkle your sand on the naked dirt that you have left. And this should hopefully create almost a yin and yang pattern. Not quite, but it gives that sort of illusion. Then just smooth out your sand. And you could do this, the next step, a couple of different ways. We have our decorative rock, which can sit anywhere you like, but I like it in the sand and sort of in the middle. But I think too what would be fun, and then you would rake around it. But I'm wondering if I rake first. So find a rake. This is obviously a manufactured rake for this purpose, or even for planting house plants. But grab a fork out of the drawer. It'll work just as well. And then you just want to create a pattern with your rake, maybe a little better than this one. The other thing that's nice is in Asian folklore, a wavy line represents water. So you could do a wavy line. And then my rock goes back in there for accent. And this is the part that's fun. You can change your rakes, your lines you're raking day to day if you want. Create different patterns with it. And then just for fun, grab a figurine. Even if you have like some seashells from the seashore or anything that's important to you that would help you to have happy thoughts and help in your meditation process, add that in. Maybe some crystals or some pretty beads or anything at all that makes you feel happy and gives you a good feeling when you're looking at your Zen garden. So happy Zen gardening. We are looking forward to spring. Spring is on its way. Has felt like it was here today. Valentine Gardens is working really hard getting geared up for spring. We've got lots of plants on order, lots of good things happening. If you need compost, it's here. Potting mix, it's here. Topsoil, anything to get us started. And hopefully it'll be here any day now. So thank you so much and have a great night.